This is the Peugeot E5008, Peugeot's answer to the 7-seat family-friendly SUV. One more thing, it's electric. So, I'm sure you'll agree, as Peugeots go, it's quite a striking looking car. It looks quite nice. I like this sort of detailing in the front. You kind of get that in a more premium car, like a Mercedes or something like that. You've got these daytime running lights right at the front here as well. 3 strips aside, really, really nice. I love this kind of blue. This is the kind of colour you'd expect from the likes of premium brands like Land Rover or Range Rover or something like that. But the black with this kind of blue really pops off too. And here we are round at the rear of this car. I'm sure you'll agree. It looks stunning, doesn't it? I mean, it's got a nice ass. Again, the black with the blue, the nice E badge in here as well to remind you that yes, you have bought electric. The black diffuser at the bottom, it all feels rather premium and rather sporty, but you'd expect that because you've spent the extra for this model, the GT line. Peugeot have really upped their game with their interior over the years. I mean, really upped their game. When you compare it to what a Peugeot was years and years ago, this really is different class. The first thing you'll notice when you sit in the cockpit of the E5008 is the enormous, kind of jagged-edged infotainment screen in front of you. 21 inches, massive big dual screen. Kind of love it. I feel like I'm, like a computer geek or a software engineer sitting in an office with 2 massive screens in front of me as I work away. But it is really, really good. And the infotainment system is quite good in this too. It's really responsive. Loads of little things you can do, like preconditioning is a big thing in electric cars now, and it's so easy. Like I have the preconditioning set in this vehicle to come on every morning for me leaving the house at 7:40. Now I have the air conditioning to come on because I'm always roasting, but then during the winter, you want the heating to come on. You can precondition your car and set it to a timer for you leaving the house. Those kind of things just really do add to the selling features of this car. I love the way Peugeot have given you this little separate screen down here, usually where your media center or your climate controls would be, but they've given you this little touch bar screen that you can just slide across and get loads of little shortcuts. Like instantly, there's one for Apple CarPlay. I hit that. CarPlay appears on the screen in front of me, the main infotainment screen. You know, you've got your phone, you've got navigation, climate. If you hit that, it brings up all your climate control there. However, you do get little shortcut buttons down here on this sort of triangular floating center console thing, where you have obviously a quick window to mist, you've got your back window, you've got off completely or max straight away if you want to turn your climate control on. Your drive mode selector here, your little cutout hazard light switch. I like the way that's a little triangle. It's kind of cool. And then I love this volume knob, just slipping the finger up and down. Innuendos are getting worse in these videos. That one wasn't intentional. It wasn't intentional, all right, but I do like the way you can just do that with a flick of your finger. Your parking brake. This cool little double fold out storage area, which acts as a fridge, by the way, as well, which is so good because we're experiencing probably the hottest day we've ever had here in Northern Ireland, and the sun is out, so I keep my water in here, and it's actually nice and chilled by the time I get to work too. Really, really useful. It's actually quite spongy and comfortable to use as an armrest. You've got that sort of, you know, it feels like a living room in here nearly. It's like a furnished out IKEA showroom or something with all this carpety, soft touch material around. The ambient lighting in this car really is class. I mean, really is class. For me to show you it now in broad daylight would be stupid, so let's cut to a video that I've taken after I've said this later on tonight, and here it is. I mean, look at that. And you can change up to 8 different colours, 8 or 9 different colours I think it is, so if you don't like blue, you could maybe opt for a yellow. You could opt for a pink, a purple. You get where I'm going. You get loads of different colours. I had my coffee on the way to work this morning, and it just fitted nicely into the little coffee holders here. You get 2 of them, one for you, one for your passenger. There's also a little hidden storage unit, because who doesn't love hidden storage? I love a wee bit of hidden storage. There's 2 USB-Cs in there. Let's face it, everything, even iPhones, are USB-C now. So you get 2 of them there for charging your phones or your devices. Quite a deep little storage compartment in here. There's also a 12-volt socket if you have anything that runs with a 12-volt socket now. I don't know, maybe like a tire pump or something like that. They do give you the option with one in there. And that closes over. And there's a nice clunk of that. you know, doesn't sound plasticky. It sounds really, really tight. There's also a little hidden charger under here, which I think is kind of cleverly placed from Peugeot's mind. I know what Peugeot were thinking of. They're thinking of safety when they put the wireless charger over there, because most cars, the wireless charger is bang in the middle of the center console, and you always feel, you know, obliged to have a cheeky little look at your phone, which you shouldn't be doing while you're driving, by the way. You shouldn't be. So I think Peugeot will put it under there. It's much safer. You don't have the sort of need to look at your phone as much, but it is charging away under there. And anyway, you've got Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, so you don't really need to. Little holder for your sunglasses up there, which is really, really handy. And, oh yeah, the steering wheel. I mean, steering wheel for me is a USP. For this to be such a big car, you know, you'd be expecting a big steering wheel like a bus. No. This has one of the smallest steering wheels I think I've ever held. It's like playing Mario Kart or something with this little steering wheel, but I love it, and it gives it such a sporty feel. And you've got the GT badge right there, just to remind you that you're in the GT model. One other thing I have to show a little bit of respect and bow my head to is Peugeot's new logo. Now, I know this has been on the go for a couple of years now, and they've updated it. Not this year, maybe a couple of years ago now. I don't know exactly, but I do think it looks so badass. That emblem just looks, compared to the lion or tiger that was like that, you know, that thing, I think that looks so much better. It's like Mufasa from The Lion King. Real badass. So here I am in the back of the Peugeot E5008, and I have to say, well, it is a 7-seater after all, so it is meant to be quite spacious. I'm 6 foot exactly. Stop laughing at me. Stop laughing at me. I am 6 foot, and I have a bit of knee room, not loads of knee room. Good, decent, massive amount of headroom, and I wouldn't have the smallest of heads. Stop laughing at me. Stop laughing at me. It is a 7-seater as well. That is the USP of this car. You're going to want it if you have a big family, something like that there. So there are 2 seats in the back, however. I'm going to send my dad to test those out.
It's not built for the handrest book. Ah! Jesus! Ah! Ah! I tell you what, I ain't getting out of here. Right, will the seats come up? Oh! They haven't even for children.
So, what is this car like to drive? Well, I have it in eco mode at the minute, and it just snails along, doing its thing. It's dead on. The reason I have it in eco mode is obviously to get the best out of the battery in this car. Now, when you do put it into sport mode, you do notice a difference. Like if I flick it into sport mode now, there's eco, normal, and sport. Let's just flick that up to sport mode, and yeah, you immediately get a kick and a better response out of the throttle. However, you're gonna get much less battery life for doing that. In fact, the range at the minute in normal mode is sitting at 155 miles with 61% of battery left, right? When I flick that to sport mode, that range goes from 155 to 145 straight away with 61% of battery left. Now, if I flick that to eco mode, that gives me 164 miles of range with a 61% battery. I have to say, I really like this dinky little steering wheel. Kind of feels like you're in a toy car or something, or you're, I don't know, driving a PlayStation game. Remember you used to get those little PlayStation things that you used to, you know, little steering wheels, little sucky things stuck to your table, and you used to sit pretending you were driving a real car when you were young. Those were the days. That's what this little dinky steering wheel reminds me of. One thing I'll say about this cabin, it's very well insulated. I mean, I'm on the dual carriageway now doing 50 miles per hour, and there's not much road noise. There's not much wind noise either. It's a fairly well insulated cabin, you know. I hate this junction. People just go without indicating and panic. There we go. Let the big sexy Peugeot in. Let the big sexy French car in. One thing I will say, these controls on the steering wheel can be a tiny bit confusing. I'm trying to get the drive information, but I don't know how to do it. It's not touchscreen in front of you. How the f do you do it? What do you press? I'm hitting arrows and nothing's happening. That's probably changing radio. In fact, it's changing radio stations. That's exactly what that's doing. How do you get my driver stuff? No, that's adaptive cruise control. I don't want that. Oh no! Ah! That's annoying. That's annoying. I don't like that. Cameraman for the day. What do you like about it?
I love the wheels. Oh. Oh. Is that where you charge it? And then, where do you put the petrol?
Not to forget the boot space. It's pretty generous too. It's got 348 litres of boot space. That's with the 7 seats up. If you fold down the third row of seats, that expands to 916 litres. And then with both the third and second rows folded down, the boot space reaches a maximum of 2,232 litres. Practically a van. So, all in all, the Peugeot E5008 is a stylish, practical electric SUV that delivers the 7-seat family-friendly package without breaking the bank.